All right, cool. Cool. As you can tell, there's a lot of parts, and they're all really big because this is an insane PC that we're building today. Like, absolutely insane. Yo, what up, Moises? How we doing? So yeah, today's build. It's gonna be wild. We've got a 9800X 3D, we've got a 5090. We've got 48 gigs of RAM, 3 terabytes of storage. We've got an extra screen that's gonna go in there, 1200 watt power supply, MSI. Oh, I think I put the wrong thing in the, our, what's it called? Build list. We've got the Carbon Wi-Fi motherboard, not the Tomahawk Wi-Fi motherboard. I forgot he upgraded. And then we've got the Tryx Panorama, the $350 AIO. Bunch of Lian Li fans, the Lian Li strimer cables. It's gonna be a good build. And then it's all going inside the Lian Li O11 dynamic case. What up, Orville? How we doing? All right, this is gonna be a long build, so we're just gonna get started. All right, we're gonna get into it. Got a lot of stuff to do. Hopefully it'll go faster than the last one, just because we're basically building the same one as the last 5090 builds. So I have a pretty good understanding of how everything's gonna go in here. But you know, things happen. Come on, don't fall over on my boxes. There's so many fans going in here, you guys. We've got 3. We've got 6, which makes 9 total. And then we got 2 more. That makes 12 total. Because these are, yeah, same kind. Don't fall over. And then we've got our Tryx Panorama. I'm doing good, Orville. How are you? Oh, let me double check and make sure that there is no double audio, because sometimes that happens. And I don't remember if I fixed it or not. I don't think I did. There we go. Okay. If there was double audio before, it should be fixed now. It should be no more echo. If you remember, but you're going to get the PC, and now that I'm working, I finally got the 5090 build, and it's running good, everything at 4K. Let's go. That's awesome. Alpha, what's up? Thank you for joining the stream. All right, so the build. I forgot he upgraded. I didn't upgrade my build list, but we were originally quoted with the Tomahawk Wi-Fi motherboard, and he decided to upgrade to the Carbon Wi-Fi motherboard, which is a sick motherboard. Freaking sweet. So let's get all this stuff out of the way. Don't need the Wi-Fi cables right now. Got that same motherboard? Hey, let's go. Shannon, thank you for joining the stream. How we doing? All right. Shouldn't need any of these cables. RGB extension, shouldn't need that. Shouldn't need that. Shouldn't need that. Shouldn't need that. All right, cool. We're good to go. All right. Yeah, it's a great motherboard. And for the, like, I know it's an expensive board, but in comparison to like the quality that you get from it to like some of like the Asus and Gigabyte boards, it's actually not that bad of a price. And the features are insane. Like, you've got 4 USB-Cs back here. You've got a bunch of 10 gig. All of the standard USBs are 10 gigs. There's no USB 2s. And then you've got 2.5 gig and 5 gig internet. Wi-Fi, you've got your optical output as well, which is really nice to have for good quality audio. It's got everything. It's got everything. All right, it also has a lot of peels on it, so we're gonna get all of those off here. Dark Season, what is up, dude? Welcome in. Sub that 5090 for a 4090. You've got my dream build. Nice. mean, good luck finding a 4090 these days. I know I can't get any. More plastic. Is there any more plastic? Nothing there, nothing there. Is there a tiny bit of plastic on that? There is. Jeez. Nothing. Got that one off, got that one off, got that one off. Okay. We're good now. Yo, Pippo, thank you for the sub. Another name that I can't pronounce. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. All right. There we go. We've got our motherboard out. Inside, we're going with a 9800X 3D, the king of gaming right now. It doesn't get better than this. There's some in my area on Marketplace. Yeah, I mean Marketplace, I guess, yeah. You can get them used, but you're not going to find a new one anywhere, and I'm not going to sell anything with a used GPU, that's for sure. Yeah, 2K is hard to justify when like you spend just a little bit more and you get a 1590. If they were like $1,500, $1,200, sure. But at 2K, nah. There we go. 9800X 3D, boom. It's in. All right. Ant Boogie and Almost Better coming in with the subs. Lightning Stone coming in with the sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's get these guys out of here. I don't know what happened to my other plastic removal tool, to be honest. I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. Lost it. It's probably somewhere in here. Honestly, it could have just accidentally, like I dropped it into the trash or something. I don't know. I don't know. Yo, thank you guys. Val V, yeah, Yeet coming in on the stream. Appreciate you guys. You just got a 7800X 3D. Hey, let's go. Were you able to get it for a reasonable price? I know they've seen them dropping in price to the point where it actually like makes sense to get them now. Like, cause for a while they were basically the exact same price as a 9800X 3D, and I was like, well, why would you buy that? But now that they're like, I've seen them as low as like $410, $420. That seems like a much more reasonable price for like the difference in performance, you know? Okay, yep, that's in there. 409. I don't know what that is in freedom dollars. I don't know what that is in US. I can't remember. I feel like they're almost 1-to-1 right now. Okay, so we got our 9800X 3D. We got 1 terabyte of storage. I lied, this is actually 4 terabytes, so there's 5 total terabytes in this system. I don't know why I said 2. I think 2 is just like my default that I normally put in a lot of systems, so I think my brain just said, yeah, it's 2. So we've got 5 total terabytes in this. It's gonna be spicy. Crazy thing, we've got 4 terabytes in here. They don't even use the backside. Like that's how compact they're getting with these little RAM or these memory storage modules, where they can put 4 full terabytes on just one side of an SSD. It's nuts. 520 bucks. How much does a 9800X 3D cost over there? 'Cause that's expensive. Okay. The one thing we do have to do, so on a lot of these X870E boards, because they're running Gen 5 on multiple of the drives, you actually need to use M.2_4 if you don't want to affect your GPU connection or anything else, or the ability to use other ports. So we're actually going to make sure we use number 4. It's not the case on every single one, but it is the case on a lot of them. And so it doesn't hurt anything to put it down here, just in case, you know? There we go. Okay, we're gonna take this guy off over here. And again, if my voice sounds disgusting, I'm sorry. I was golfing yesterday. We did a lot of yelling because it was super windy. And yeah, now my voice is shot. There we go. 5 terabytes installed. That easy. It's so fast. Oh, there's 600 bucks. Okay, yeah, that's totally worth it then. Like $80 less for like 10%, maybe 15% in some cases of performance. That's worth it in my book. All right, 48 gigs of RAM going in. Yo, what up, Arcadia? How we doing, dude? How we doing? Yeah, it's a really sweet motherboard. It is. Turns out if you spend more money, you get nicer looking things. That's all you gotta do, guys. You just spend more money and you get nicer looking stuff. It's that simple. All right. RAM going in. 48 gigs. Here we go. Boom. Boom. All right, and then let's get our mounting hardware in here for our AIO. Just got home from a parent-teacher conference. Hate those. Are you? But you're a teacher, right? You're not on the parent side? Or are you on the parent side? I can't remember. You're the parent? Oh, yeah. No, that doesn't sound fun at all. We've had to do those for like our daughter when she was in kindergarten. I was like, what could we possibly learn from a parent-teacher conference when she's that young? Okay. I think in here is all the mounting stuff. Yes. I think we learned we don't actually need this controller because we're not going to be using those fans, but we'll put that there for now. Okay, here is this stuff. And we've got our thingy-mabobber here. It has all of our informations. Okay. That's all we need out of this box for now. All right. Yo, what up, Bombo? Yeah, we got my, well, there, minus tech tips. Okay, so these are gonna hold that on. And then I feel like it was these ones for the cooler. And this guy's gonna go in there. Okay, let's double check. So I'm pretty sure we just bolt through this guy with the original bolts. Yeah, you take those off, original bolts. Outside goes in. Okay, easy, easy. I do like watching Linus Tech Tips. I'm a big fan. Okay, so these guys are gonna go like that. Nice rig we got there. Yes, sir. This is gonna be a sexy PC for this customer. Yo, what up, Yeet? Glad I made it time to watch. Hey, let's go. You got lots of time to watch. This is gonna be a little bit longer build just because of the complexity of the build. Building your first PC, it's got an NZXT motherboard. I haven't used an NZXT motherboard. 7800X3D, 7900 XT. That seems like a great build, honestly. I've never used an NZXT motherboard, so I can't really speak to how good of quality they are, but I've heard, you know, I haven't heard anything bad about them necessarily. So, it seems like a pretty solid build. Yo, what up, Nate? How we doing? What is this build for? I think he's gonna be primarily gaming on it. Just watching early Scrapyard Wars. Oh, nice. Dude, those were so cool. The Scrapyard Wars was such a good idea. And then let's just make sure we know which one of these AM5 is these guys. So I need those. I don't need the rest of this. So don't need these. Don't need that. Realistically, I won't need that because I'm not using the fans. Yeah, $500 for a custom water loop challenge. That's wild. How long ago was that? Okay, so we got all this on here. That's really all we got to do on the motherboard for now. So we can slide that out of the way. We'll get our case up here. And we're gonna do the same thing we did last time where the AIO is gonna be on the side. That way the screen can sit right up here and not be obstructed by anything. Going for a no RGB blacked out build. Oh, I love that. I'm a big fan of the no RGB. Not a lot of people ask for them, so I don't get to build them that often, but I do love that sleek look of no RGB. Okay, gotta take this out so I can get the stuff here. Need all of our bolts. Okay. Okay, got that. Now we can put our motherboard in. I do think RGB look epic. I just love the blacked out so much more. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're gonna stick this guy in here. Okay. These holes all look like they're lined up pretty well. Got the Lamborghini case in the MSI 5090 waiting for the rest of the build. Oh, let's go. The Lamborghini case is pretty cool. The Lian Li Lamborghini one. It's a cool case. I would love to do a no RGB build in an Evolve 2. Oh, the Evolve 2 looks so good. Okay, don't need those. Only need a few of these, but we gotta open it all up, because why not? Alrighty, let's get all of our bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, the rest of these guys can go back in here. Cool. Take these guys out. Yo, what up, Gaurav? How we doing? Would a Gigabyte Radeon RX 7800 XT fit in a Montech X3 mesh case? It should. I don't know how big that GPU is off the top of my head, but I don't think a 7800 XT shouldn't be that big. So it should fit. Yes, this is the Carbon Wi-Fi. Have I built in the Tower 300 or 600? I have not. I haven't really used any Thermaltake cases. They're very unique look, and I don't think about them that often when I'm quoting builds. And a lot of people are asking for like the double glass panel right now in their cases, and so I just don't end up selecting the Thermaltake ones that often. They're cool looking cases though. I like them. I know I watch Peeps quite a bit. He's part of AGB Charity, and he builds in the Tower like 200s and stuff a lot. I'm sure he gets a good deal on them because he's building in them a lot. It's very possible I sell my Y70 Touch for the Evolve. Wow. The Y70 Touch is so sexy though. Guess who you are. I have no idea from that name. We've got a 1200 watt from Seasonic. The Lian Li Edge power supplies are really good though. I've used the 1000 watt Lian Li Edge in a build not too long ago, and they're really nice, especially the new ones that have like the USB hubs and stuff built into them. Those are really cool. All right, that's in there. Gotta get lazy Susan out here. Just put your PC in a Mutex K2 White. Ooh. Do you mean a Thermalright AIO? What am I doing? Oh, lazy Susan. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, Lian Li makes really good power supply. I mean, all the stuff that Lian Li makes is really good. And honestly, their power supplies, for how like cool they are, they're not that more expensive than anything else, you know? Swap you guys over. Okay, yeah. Thermalright makes really good stuff for really reasonable prices. Gizmo in this case is the O11 Vision Compact from Lian Li. And if you go to the description of the video, you can see the full spec list. Or you can type in !specs, and that'll give you the full spec list too. Yeah, it's the Vision Compact, Andres. Okay, let's get all this stuff going. Let's do my HD audio first. For no reason other than tradition, I like to do the HD audio first. Okay, let's run that over there. Okay, HD audio's in there. I'll like fold it back on itself and stick it through there. Okay, front panel connector, we'll do that. Turn it around here. Okay. It's actually funny that you have no idea who I am. I don't recognize the name Gaurav or Gaurav, so sorry. Get a lot of people through here, so can't remember every name. Let's see, USB 3s. We've got one down here. Other direction. Might have to, I don't know exactly where the GPU is going to land, so we might end up having to swap that to the lower port so that we can push that up, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And I think I saw USB-C right next to it. Yep, and I'm going to guess that he did it this way. Yep, okay. Used a Be Quiet Dark Power 1200 watt, I believe. On my last build, didn't like their cables. Yeah, their cables are super short too. I didn't like that either. Yo, what up, MB? Okay, so that's all the stuff that comes in the case. Oh, I can take this off. Dope. Let's get that out of here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't have a picture on your name. I don't recognize the name. I don't know how I would know who you are, you know? Okay, so we got all that. Everything that's in the case so far is plugged in. So let's start working on fans. To start, we've got a bunch of reverse blade fans here. So we're gonna put 3 along the bottom, and then 3 are gonna go with the AIO over here. But we're gonna do the bottom ones first. Hint, I always help your live chat viewers. I know who you're talking about, and I can't think of the name for some reason. But how would I know when you changed your name? Like I can think of who, like I can picture who it is, but the name is completely escaping me for some reason. My brain is not working apparently. Okay, no plastic on that side. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Okay, there's one fan. Low-key satisfying. So satisfying. That's why people watch. It's so satisfying to watch a PC being built, you know? Bro, like, my brain is clearly not working properly. I'm not gonna be able to guess who it is. Like, I can picture the name, but like, I can picture the person, and like, I know who I'm thinking about, but I can't. The name's not gonna come. You can give me as much hints as you want, and it's not gonna happen. Ghost, maybe? Is that who I'm thinking of? Yo, what up, D Woods? Great shirt? Yes. All about the GOAT around here. The Stone Mountain 64. Hey, I got it. There we go. At least I didn't guess any wrong names, so. All right. First 3 fans. Let's go. Let's get these guys all connected up here. Okay. I do hate that if you buy a 3-pack of Lian Li fans, they'll only give you 1 cable. I know you can buy more. No. These are single packs. So they come with like the standard RGB connections. You have to buy like an actual, if you buy a 3-pack, it comes with multiple cables. I actually have a bunch of extra ones over here somewhere. Oh, right there. Oh, I don't have to open up anything else first. Oh, not that one. Not that one. I do have extra ones over here somewhere, though. No, not that one either. Is it this box? One of these boxes is like flooded with cables. Are these all the newer style cables, though? Hold on. I just don't want to open up one of the other 3-packs yet because I'm too lazy. Oh, these are all new cables. All new cables. All new cables. All new cables. Okay, cool. I thought I had extra cables here, but these are all the new style cable. Not for this one. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a white one. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, I know you can't see me. I'm just looking for cables back here. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. I should probably grab 2. Okay. Ta-da. Dude, I love Stone. Stone is the reason why I got into streaming forever ago, so I'm a big fan. I mean, I've built in multiple PCs too, so I like Stone a lot. Okay, let's pull this tray out of here. Oh, that's actually a real name. Okay, so we're gonna put this like this. We're gonna flip it over. Put it reasonably centered, like that. What up, coconuts? How we doing? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Stone. He actually, my buddy was watching his stream on Friday, and he was like, "Dude, Stone just shouted you out," and he sent me a clip of it. So I went in and said hi. But he was the first streamer I ever watched. Like before I even knew what I didn't even know what streaming was. I watched all of his PUBG YOLO videos, and then I found out that I was like, oh, I can watch him play live, and yeah, I've been a fan ever since. I actually still have a pair of Logitech G Pro headphones that I got, that I won in a contest that he ran back in 2020. Huge render lag when he turns on his music on his stream PC. I think he was saying that he needed more RAM because it was spiking up at times. I don't know if I assume that's his stream PC he was talking about. I did shoot him a message on Twitter. I'm sure he gets a ton of messages and stuff, so I don't know if he'll see it. How good are your tech tips? They're okay. Stream to my 3 or 4 fewer viewers and pretend I'm him. Yo, what up, Crystal? How we doing? Yeah, actually, so this shirt, I have a green shirt, I have a couple of hats. When I built him his PCs, and I drove to his house to install them and stuff because I used to live pretty close to him. And when I sold him the PC, I talked to his old manager that he had on his staff. I was like, you know what I want when I build this? I was like, I want some merch. So they gave me one of the times he signed a hat for me, and then another time he gave me a couple T-shirts from his drop. So that's the reason why I have Stone Mountain swag. Okay. I have been busy. Go. I remember how stoked he was when he got the 4090. He was big time flexing. Yeah, I think that original build, the one that I helped him upgrade, was not mine. He had a white build that I helped him update. But I can't remember what one he's actually gaming on anymore. Can't think. I would love to get Stone on as a partner one of these days. That would be super cool. I don't know if I can afford him, but I would love to have Stone on as a partnered creator. Okay, got that. It always hurts when I see the word crystal. I've ever used the Fanatec XT Pro Ultra. Yes, I have used it a couple times. It's a really good case, and it's very reasonably priced. I think a lot of people don't like to use it as much just because it's not super like fancy or flashy looking, you know? Like it's just, you know, it's just a nice square case, nothing crazy. But I really like it. I've used it a couple times in builds. Like I think at one point at least it was like $80 for the Pro Ultra, which has 3 RGB fans in it. And from Fanatec, which you know is going to be good quality. I would say, well, I mean, more is better, obviously, but these days, if you're building a new PC, you should just go with 32. Even if you're getting DDR4, you should get 32. Because games are using more and more RAM. Like I was playing the other day on COD with like nothing else open on my computer, and I was using 17 gigs. So I would say it's worth getting 32. Yeah, there you go. Crucial's good stuff. All right, here we go. 5 of our fans are installed. Let's put our top fans in now, which is these guys here. Have my parts almost ready to build, but I'm having an aneurysm understanding power supplies. I mean, there's not really much difference between those two. Personally, I prefer Seasonic. I like their products better. So if I had to choose between those two, I would choose Seasonic over Corsair. But they're both good, you know, they're both pretty good quality power supplies, so it's kind of up to you. Seasonic's is really good. You know, ASRock's 1000-watt power supplies are really good. Yo, what's up, Chris? Welcome in. Here's where your PC's at so far. I did put the wrong spec in because I apparently forgot to update my part list because I had the other motherboard that we had originally spec'd. But yeah, so we've got the Carbon Wi-Fi in, 9800X3D in, 5 terabytes of storage. We've got your 48 gigs of RAM. Got some of the reverse blade fans in, 2 of the regular fan blades in, and I'm about to put the 3 on top. And then the AIO is actually going to sit here. That way it won't block the screen that's going to go above the motherboard. You could. We wouldn't be able to put the top fans on though. These fans that I was about to put in, so you would have 3 less fans. Okay. Just go put these back. Okay. I still need one of those. Okay. Just gonna put these on the shelf for now. All right, well, that simplifies that. I don't remember if I need to take this piece off to put the glass top on. Because honestly, you're the first person who's actually asked for the glass top. I know that's crazy, right? Like I've built in this case like 4 times and nobody else has asked for the glass top. Let's see what this does. Yes, I do need to take that piece off. As this tray comes out. Well, it's a good thing you got here when you did. Okay, so this guy should just come out now, right? Or are there more bolts hiding back here? No, that's out, that's out. Do I need to take this piece out? Let me just double check this. So I could just read the manual. I know I could just read the manual, you guys. Don't yell at me. Fine, I'll read the manual. Because nobody else has asked me to do this. Yeah, that whole tray definitely comes out. Okay, so I need to pull these bolts out too. Ooh, don't spin. Oh, there's one more bolt up front. Yes. I think most people go for the performance of having the extra fans rather than the look of the glass on top. There we go. Okay, so that guy comes out like that. This guy will go in like this. Something like this. I think this guy might need to come out too. I think we take that support out too. Yes, I think that support comes out too. Yes, okay. So we gotta take this bolt out here. I know it is kind of surprising, right, that more people don't want it, but they're like, give me the performance, give me the airflow. All right, and I'm gonna put these guys in their own divider so that you know if you ever want to switch it back, just gotta do that. Okay, there's that. Get this guy out of the way. Nice. I've definitely done the standard vision, like the non-compact with the glass top, but not the compact. I think this is like the third or fourth one I've built in this case. Ooh, that looks good, you guys. That looks good. Okay, so that takes those top fans out of the equation, which means we can move on to the AIO. Which means we got to take this guy out of here. We can just pull this guy out like that. So this guy needs to come out. We're actually going to flip it around. Come on. That. Okay. Put that bolt back. So now our AIO will fit back here without any problems. And then our tubes are going to sit up here and go right back down. Okay, so let's get this stuff out of the way. Let's get our AIO out here. Yeah, there's no top fan, so like running all of our power cables is gonna be super easy. So yeah, let's just put the AIO in. Friendly hydration reminder. Ooh, good idea, good idea. I've been taking some sips, but there we go. A little bit of hydration. The only difference between the standard and the compact is that you can hide the AIO tubes through the rubber. Yeah, we tried to do that on the last build and it didn't quite reach, like the tubes weren't long enough. I wanted to do that where like we put this in the normal mode, run the tubes back and then out through here, and they just weren't long enough. I was really disappointed. And that was with this AIO, so I know it doesn't work. Sadly. Sadly. So, now what we got to do here is gently place that there, and we're going to take these fans out. 'Cause they're not as cool. They're not cool enough. Saw the standard chrome version and the tinted glass is sick. I think there's slightly different sizes too between the standard vision and the compact, but I could be wrong. I don't even ever see the vision, like the standard vision for sale anymore. So I wonder if they kind of just like stop making it in lieu of the compact. But I think the compact is better anyways. Like I think the standard vision was based on like the older Lian Li 011 dynamic, and this one's based on the newer models. What up, Keels? You gooned? I don't know what that means. All right, so there we go. Gonna remove those fans, take them out of here for now. Right, now we've got our reverse fans right there. Yo, Sweaty Lobo, what's up? Fire stream, hey, thank you. The only way I could find these reverse blade fans was as singles. I could not find 3-packs anywhere. It's crazy. I don't know why these Lian Li fans are so hard to find right now. This is an expensive build, 100%. I mean, it's a 5090, 9800X 3D. We got all the Lian Li fans. This is a expensive build, for sure. But I mean, it's gonna be a sexy PC too, so. Can I have a PC? Mine exploded a year ago. You can have one if you buy one. Lian Li moved production of their wireless fans. That's true. Yeah, the only problem is they don't have a wireless version of the Infinity fan. Like they've got the standard one, and they've got the LCD one. They don't have the Infinity mirror that I've seen, at least not available. And a lot of people want the Infinity mirror. I mean, I would say like one of the best in terms of quality for cases. There's so many options out there for cases. It's definitely like the high-end choice, but there's so many options for cases. It's hard to, I wouldn't really just say that they're the best for cooling or anything like that. Because you could get a really cheap case and it can still have good cooling and still look pretty good, but you're not going to get all the features and stuff that you get in here, like all of the niceties for like cable management and all the trays and stuff that come out, and just the really solid like feel to the build. Oh, I need to take these guys out. Wait a second, where is Rainbow? What are we talking about? I mean, where is Rainbow? Okay, those out. Let's get this one out too. I don't need those feet on there. That one might have to stay. Can't really get to it. If I push my screwdriver on one side, not that. Maybe if I push with one of these on one side. This one doesn't really need to come out because you really can't see it, but there we go. Just needed something harder than my finger to get it out, you know? Okay. There we go. Now the ugly feet are out of here. Gonna use the MSI Mag 650 GL. Let's go. It's a cool case. Okay. Take these feet off now. Okay. Got reverse blades on this. We're gonna put the connector on the bottom. So these guys are gonna sit just like that. What's my cheapest PC? The one on my website right now that's the cheapest is like 800 something bucks. You can definitely get something somewhat cheaper, like that's not a pre-built. Like I've built some for like 600-700 bucks before. Obviously, like gaming performance is going to be not nearly as good as some other systems, but for a gaming PC, it's not that much, you know? I mean, you could get something used, like look around on Facebook Marketplace or whatever and find something used if you're like, you know, if you can't spend more than that, and you'll get better performance out of it, probably. My main game is Warzone. "20 years later?" What? What are we talking about, Dark? Just ordered that new Asus 4K OLED. Oh, dude, that's gonna be sick. I've been wanting to get an OLED, but I also just can't justify spending the money on it right now because I just don't game that much. Yeah, cooler is going on the side. I would say in most systems, I would put the cooler on top, but with the configuration we're going here, the side is really the only option. Yep, these are reverse blade fans. So we'll have intake, intake, exhaust. Since Chris didn't want to have fans on top, he wanted the glass on top, so that's how we ended up with that, which is gonna look good. Have I tried Delta Force? I haven't yet. I honestly, like, I play so little that, like, the idea of trying to learn a new game just, like, doesn't really interest me. And I've been playing Call of Duty since, like, Call of Duty 2 came out. There we go. That is in there. Where are my bolts for this thing? Stay. Stay. Or don't. That's fine, I guess. Okay. Disperse. Not drastically, since the GPU is going to be getting most of its air from the fans on the bottom. Is it different with AIOs having the tubing at the top versus the bottom in reference to the pump? The biggest thing, ideally, if you can, and a lot of systems just like aren't able to do it, if you put the AIO on the side, if you can put the tubes on the bottom, it's like a little bit more ideal. But if you can't, as long as you have this top of the radiator above like where the pump is, you're okay, because then all the air gets trapped up there. And this is significantly higher, so the air is going to get trapped up there and not get trapped in the pump. That's the worst part. You don't want to get air trapped in the pump because that will kill your pump. Which is why the ideal location is to put the radiator on the top if the pump is on the cooler block, because then all the air just gets trapped up in the radiator and never makes its way down. Ducky parts are good for those. 7600, 12900K, 32 gigs. Okay. I don't know why I'm building an expensive PC. I'm only playing Terraria. Hey, you do what you want to do, all right? Yep. Yeah, it's all just about physics, you know. You can't beat physics, so you got to learn how to play with it, you know. You always want to oversize your power supply. You never want your system to be using more than like 80% of your power supply's capability, because it will definitely cause some issues long term, like your power supply won't last as long, and it's not as efficient. So you definitely, you can never have too large of a power supply in a system. There's never, ever anything wrong with having a power supply that is larger than what you need. Especially if you ever want to upgrade over time, power supplies last for a really long time if they're, you know, a good quality one, and so you could upgrade all of your other stuff and never have to change your power supply. And TDP does not mean the max capability of your components for everything. Like CPUs can often pull well above their TDP. Okay, let's plug in some power cables here. Get these guys here. Get this guy. So like the i9, like 12900K or like 13900K, for instance, can pull 253 watts consistently. So even though the TDP says like 190 or whatever, you can pull a lot more power than that. GPUs, the TDP is typically basically what it can pull, but other stuff, not so much. The TDP on a CPU is pretty much a worthless value, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you know you're going to upgrade in the future, plan for it. Make sure your power supply is big enough. Make sure your case is big enough. All that good stuff. Make sure you've got good enough airflow. Oh, that is hefty. It's a hefty gal. Yeah, like if you want a 9070 or a 5070, you should definitely at least have an 850. The 850 is like the minimum recommended size for the 9070, if I remember right. All right. So, we're gonna need some SATA cables. This one's got 3 on it. I think we only need 2 SATA cables, so I don't think we need one for this. We're not using the Tryx thing here because we're not using those fans. I think we just need one with 2. Usually the USB, or usually the SATA 3.0 only has 2. There we go. Let's grab this one. Okay, so we don't need the rest of these. Okay, we got CPU, need those. Motherboard, need that. 12 HV power, 600 watt, we need that. And we don't need these PCIe stuff. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, let's get our CPU power cables in here. Does the CPU contact frame improve its cooling? On 13th and 14th gen, well, anything LGA 1700, so the Intel stuff, yes, it improves cooling somewhat, and it also improves, can I actually fit these through here? I feel like, oh, you know what I did last time? I split these and I think they fit. It improves cooling, but it also, like, that latch is not very good. And so what can happen is you don't get even contact, and it can cause problems with your CPU. Oh, that won't fit through there. Okay, so I guess we're not going through there because this has those little clips on it. So we're gonna go through there. Or actually, what if we go over here? Can we go through there? Is that big enough? With that cable in the way? Nope. Okay, fine. I'll go through here. I was trying to create more space so we can, so that the screen wouldn't be obstructed or anything, but it's fine. I've got the MSI Ventus 3X OC. I was actually just able to get another one on order today for a the Gigabyte Windforce, which is like a non-RGB model from Gigabyte. Obviously, I just ordered it today, so it's going to take a while to get here, like a week or so, but that's the other one I have available, or will have available. Okay, put those in there. Not sure yet where we're gonna end up placing the hub for these. I'm kind of tempted, I don't know if everything will reach. I'm tempted if I could try and put them on top of the power supply. Just have them sit like right here so I can have everything plugged into that. I don't know if all three of these are gonna reach all the way up there. They might. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. That's our power supply. Yo, what up, Richard? How we doing? 12900KF is still a really good CPU, just not the best bang for the buck in gaming. Yeah, just the single core performance on the 12900K just isn't nearly as good as like 13th and 14th gen or the newer AMDs. So, yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Let's get our power supply in here. I think I'm gonna put our power supply in so I can get a better idea of how I'm gonna be able to place that that Lian Li hub. Let's take all these stupid bits of plastic off. I swear they make this plastic harder to get off than the badge underneath it. Okay, got that. None there, none there, none there. Okay, so we just got this one. Go. Don't use AMD because I'm not a gamer. AMD is just better overall right now. Even not in gaming, like content creation, like the 7950X and 9950X, they're just really good. The new AMD CPUs are actually outperforming Intel in productivity. Yeah, exactly. Okay, we got that. Thank you for the new sub. Okay. I mean, the ARC B580s are pretty cool, especially if you have a good CPU. Like, they're actually a solid GPU. Okay, so got that there. Like, they are $300 and they outperform a 4060 Ti if you have a good CPU, which is crazy. Does it make a difference putting your liquid cooler on top of the side? Not a big difference. On top is definitely like the safest option to avoid air bubbles getting to your pump, but it's not a necessity. As long as your tubes are above the pump, and I'll show you guys in a second when I flip this around. So I answered this a little bit, like a minute or two ago. So as long as your tubes up here are above this, or you could flip it the other way around so that your tubes are on the bottom. But as long as the top of the tank is higher than where the pump sits, the air is going to get trapped up here and not down here. And that's the key. You don't want air. You don't want air getting to your pump. It's a big no-no. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, definitely, Andrew. You're watching on a B570 right now? Let's go. I have a couple in my in stock right now. I'm gonna do a video here pretty soon on like showing the performance differences of a few like more budget-friendly GPUs, not like super cheap old ones, but some of the more budget-friendly current GPUs. Okay. Let's put our AIO in. So this guy's gonna go like that. Yo, what up, Reese's Pieces? Reese's Hobbies, something? I don't know why I said Reese's Pieces. My brain just said whatever it wanted to. Yeah, these bottom ones and these side ones are reverse blade fans. Why is there a little bit of plastic still in there? So these are intake, these are intake, these are exhaust. Just gonna take that off for now, since it's not my way. Pull that off in a way that doesn't mess up the thermal paste that's pre-applied. EVGA's no more. Yeah, I heard that about Kingpin maybe going to PNY. That'd be crazy because he's been with EVGA for so long. All right, fine. Okay, I need to get these tubes out of the way. This one specifically. Verdansk is back this week. It is. I'm taking a half day on Thursday so I can play some games with Rytech. All right, so there's that. Here's our pump fan. run that to the back.
You sound congested.
There's our pump fan in there. And we gotta put this guy on. This guy needs to go right back like that. Put these guys back to the side. We'll run this guy right to the back as well. Do you think 4 terabytes of storage is overkill for your first PC? Yeah, probably. Yeah, so I'm not congested, but I went golfing yesterday, and it was really windy, so we were like yelling a lot to try and hear each other. So my voice is just kind of shot. It was way worse this morning. So yeah, it's not congestion, it's just my voice is gone. Okay, I gotta run this guy out to the front. Just gonna keep spinning. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Okay, there's the orientation I want. There we go. There's our USB 2.0 installed. In the way right now. Okay. So that's all installed. Everything in there is plugged in. Let's get our USB or our fan hub in here. Figure out where that goes, or where we can put it. Probably better description. Don't know if this USB cable is long enough to go all the way up there. We could put it on, we could put it right here. I think everything should reach there. This guy, let's come right to the back there. Yeah, it'll reach there. So I think we'll do that. Okay, let's plug this second USB in. It's gonna go next to the first one. We'll go to the other side. It's hard to do with these fans in here, but I got it. Okay. Okay. Black Lian Li Vision. Usually white or full chrome. I mean, I've built in the black one a couple times now. I wouldn't have been able to do this build in all white. The white 5090s are just impossible to find. And I don't get enough orders for them to like have 2 5090s in stock, a white and a black. Entrance where the motherboard goes, what should I do? I got a screw stuck in the entrance where the motherboard goes. What? Like one of the motherboard screws? What are you talking about? Is this like a fully built system? I'm not sure I understand where you got that. I haven't talked to Merc yet. I'm going to talk to him this week, though. Yeah, if AMD gave exclusivity to Kingpin, that would be insane. Oh, AMD still has a huge market share for sure, but that would be really cool. Okay, so that fits. That reaches. This guy can reach over there. Let's go through there maybe. These cables are in my way. Hulk smash. Okay. And then we've got our USB 2.0 that needs to go up there. Add a corn dog sticker on it. I don't think the customer would be happy with that. Yeah, like did it get stuck on behind like the motherboard, like on the tray? Is that what we're talking about here? Okay, got that plugged in now too. Run these down to the bottom. Okay, I gotta loosen this guy.
Sheris says hi, Mr. Austin.
Let's figure out where our RGB header and stuff are at. So there's an RGB header there, and there's a fan header on the other side. Okay, so we're just gonna split those up. Fan header is gonna go to the right, aka the left when I get over here. Can't see what I'm doing because my hand is too big. There we go. RGB is gonna go on the left, aka now the right. It's gonna go right down here. Come on. Now you want to. To make me take these bottom fans out, I'll be upset. go. Jeez. Really didn't want to go in there. It's really annoying for a cable that's not even going to get utilized. Because we're going to use the Lian Li software in this, so like that cable is kind of a backup in case you ever wanted to use the motherboard software to control the Lian Li fans. So that gives you that ability to do that. But like nobody does that because the Lian Li software is so much better. So many more options. Okay, so now we got these, which we have the cables for here. Like this. Stick that up there. At least get one of these out of my way. Never knew PCs grew so big, dude. PCs get huge. PCs can get very large. This isn't even the this is definitely not the largest PC I've ever built, that's for sure. It's also not the most expensive, believe it or not. Okay, so now gotta route these guys up through here just to get this extra length out of the way. Will that stay up there? Oh, you will. Come on, yeah, let's have that. We're just gonna do this. Gonna cheat, just pull that piece out. Okay. Run that up there. Oops. And then, where were those ASUS cable ties? I think I put them down here already. I'm gonna use one of those. Or Seasonic cable ties. Karis says, hi, Mr. Austin. Hi, Karis. Sorry, Avery's not here to say hi back. Yo, what up? Hold on, let me read. Zakiya? Like Zakiya? Alright, so we got that there. Oh, these guys have just been like riding free, but I have my power supply in here now, so I can plug them in. Okay. I'm gonna run the motherboard power on the other side of these guys. There we go. I'm gonna stick them back in there. Okay, like that. This guy could fit in there too. Okay, so there's that. All right, now we got to figure out these strimer cables. So let's get our motherboard one in first. I'm hoping that this one will work. It just kind of depends on the connector orientation of the GPU. So we'll really, really hope that works. There was only one option for that one, so. 9900X. Nice. What up, Andy? Pretty expensive build. I'm guessing $6,500. You're in the ballpark for this build. The motherboard in this one is the MSI Carbon Wi-Fi X870E. Okay, let's get this guy here. This is gonna go here. There we go. Have any more USB 2s? We do not, so we might need a splitter. So even though I plugged that one in, actually, I have a USB 3 to 2 that I can use somewhere. Might be on my desk. Yes, this guy. So this goes from USB 3 on the motherboard to USB 2. I think. Okay, there. I do need to move that GPU bracket out of the way. Okay, I'll go up, I guess. Okay, get that. All right. So got that in there. This is to control the strimer cables. So they call it wireless, which is kind of a misnomer, but essentially the strimer cable has a receiver, or this transmits signal, and then you just connect them up. Okay. So, these guys. This guy needs to connect to a fan hub, which is going to be over here somewhere. Yes. Okay. Okay, got that in there. I feel like that cable is so much shorter than it was. Okay, we're gonna have to do what we did with the other system. We're gonna pull out one of these guys. I'll pull out both of them for now, just to get them both out of here. MSI has a 5070 for MSRP and it's in stock. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I remember seeing that they released that. All right. So we need to go. Where did that go through over here? Okay, you go there. Okay, so that'll reach over here, which means we just have to leave one of these guys out. We can put the other one back in, but one of them cannot be in there. Right? I don't think I can put this back in there. You can see. I might actually be able to put it back in there. In the way. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that is going to control both of our strimer wireless cables. Wireless. So this guy goes into here. That. We're going to do the same thing we've done with the other ones. We're going to hold that down just like this. Okay. All right. Now we need to get our GPU in here, fingers out, to see if the other strimer cable will work. This is the same case I'm trying to buy for my build. I want to know, is it a good one since the power box is sitting right behind the motherboard? It's a great one. I mean, there's no real reason the power supply can't be here. So it's, if you put it in here correctly, the power supply draws air in from here, puts it out from here. So you're not like imparting heat into the back of the motherboard or anything like that. It's a very nice case. It's very easy to build in. I mean, like, look at the crazy build we're doing in here, and like it's still, even in the back, like there's a lot of cables, but like once we get this kind of tied down, like even with all this stuff, like it still looks pretty decent back there. Okay. Take this guy, put it up here for now. Just take this out of the way. Don't need that. Don't need those. Don't need that at the moment. Clean up my workspace a little bit. AliExpress is a decent option. That PC build looks amazing, dude. It's gonna be amazing. AliExpress is a decent place to get CPUs, especially like the really budget-friendly ones. Just make sure you find a seller that, you know, has a lot of sales so that they're, you know, trustworthy. Because there's definitely some sketchy ones on there too. 7700 should be fine. It's not the kind of CPU you'd want to scam someone over. Yeah. My bundle went up $50. 9900X, ain't no joke, had to manually set TDP. MSI motherboard didn't auto-detect the 120 TDP and selected 180 watt. Oh, wow. I mean, it sounds like you just need a better cooler. You know? You just need a better cooler. What kind of cooler do you have for the 9900X, Dark V? Because I mean, 180 watts isn't that obscene. No, this is not for me. This is a customer build. Anytime you see me building live, it's for a customer. There's the 5090, got that Ventus look with the silver accents to it. Honestly, these days, anything's better than having to spend over $3,000 on an Asus GPU, so the fact that it doesn't have RGB is worth it because it's not ridiculously overpriced. You know? Like the Astrals look cool, but I'm not gonna spend or recommend a customer spend $33 or more $100 for a 5090. It's just dumb. All right, nothing there. Cool. I mean, he was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still in here. You could ask him what he's using it for. I assume mostly gaming, but. Paperweight. Hopefully not. Yo, what up, deuces? How we doing? Alrighty. There we go. Pull these guys out. And in it goes. Oh, that anti-sag bracket's too high. Pull that down for a second. Here it is. It's in its home. The heck? Okay. Okay, and then this anti-sag bracket, just loosen her up, lift it. Okay, fan's still able to spin. GPU's not sagging, and this is all the way out at the front, which is what we wanted to see for this thing, because this has a 90 on it. So we should be good here. Hopefully it points down. Yep, looks like it's gonna point down, so we'll be good here. It's gonna go down into the back. Good, good, good. Stardew Valley, probably. Frame boost on Tetris. What's good? Just threw 5070 in Ti in your build. I think it's a beast, but OMG, the Gigabyte Arrow is... Yeah, the Arrow is like the largest model. I mean, the Astrals now might be the largest, but like the Arrow, especially even last generation, is just absolutely massive. Oh, okay, so this has like a 90 and a... Oh, no, the 90 is on the side, okay. Look at that. Have you ever gotten into GPU repairs? I was given a 3070 Ti AORS Master for free, but it's busted. I have not gotten into GPU repairs. Like I could do, you know, replacing thermal pads and thermal paste and stuff. But like soldering, stuff on it or whatever, I have not gotten into that at all. The real question, I think it's gonna have to go that way. Gonna have to go that way to the back. This guy's kind of in the way here. Kind of make it in there. Kind of. There we go. Okay. Okay. Don't think it'll fit through the very bottom. We could try taking these fans out real quick just to see if we can put it down there. Like just slide this tray out for a hot second. Let's pull this guy out. They need to make a dual 9070 XT card? You mean like a two-fan version? What we got on here? Shouldn't be caught on anything. There we go. That's it out. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can fit this underneath there, underneath the motherboard tray. Oh, yes. Okay. So now that we got that, put this guy back. Can't tell if that one made it in. Hold on. That one did not make it in. That's in now. Whew. I think that's gonna look a lot better having it come straight up. Sweet. All right, strimer cable's in. Oh, SLI. There's no reason to do SLI anymore. Like if you need more performance, just get a better card. Or like AMD should release a higher end 90 series card. Like that's something they could do. Two 560 Ti's. Yeah, I would say that was probably a while ago. About to build a 3060 Ti Ryzen 5 5600X for gaming and streaming, as well as mixed recording. I would get the 5700X instead of the 5600X. If you're gonna be gaming and streaming, 6 cores is not gonna feel like enough. And definitely make sure you get at least 32 gigs of RAM. Come on. Doesn't feel like it's fully seated. There we go. That's fully seated for sure. Don't want to put any more stress on that other cable, or other side of the cable. Yeah, but for gaming and content creation, like he needs a 5700X, not a 3700X, realistically, or even the 5700X 3D. Well, that worked out well. Look at that. All that jazz is in there. Got extra pieces in here. Okay, don't need those. All right, so this is almost done. We have one little piece left, and that's this guy. Got an 8.8-inch screen that's gonna go inside the case. No, I cannot give you a 4090. One, because I don't have one, and two, because I don't have that kind of money to just give you stuff. Just because I have a YouTube channel doesn't mean I have a bunch of money to give away. That ain't how that works, bud. A RAM to PCIe card? Why would you need a RAM to PCIe card for? Talking about like if you need more RAM or what? All right, there's that. There's our USB. Shiv him. No. I don't have the money to do a giveaway like that. So stop asking! Unless you just really want to get banned. I mean, like, we could do that. I can definitely make that happen for you. So, my thought is we go here. Oops. With this. Just like that. Except for we'll have to do it this way, I think, because otherwise we'll bend those cables. Or bend the ports. No. You can get yourself banned if you keep asking. All right, so somewhere right about there, just past that is where that ends. So I bought something different this time around to mount this screen. Hook and loop adhesive tape. AKA Velcro. Big, big Velcro. Shiv him. I'm like literally, if you just keep asking, I'm gonna mute you because you're being annoying. I don't have the money to give you a GPU. So stop asking. I tried some 3M tape last time and it didn't work. Like I tried 3M tape, I tried something else too, and it didn't work. So I was like, you know what? This stuff is like, this is the real deal here. More RAM for more AI stuff. I mean, you can get 128 gigs of RAM just through your PCIe, or just through your RAM slots. I don't know why you would want more than that. Ooh, look at that. Okay. So, we're We're gonna double this baby up too. So we're gonna stop right about there. We're going 2 rows of this stuff. So I can get the end off. All right, bro. You asked for it. You're in timeout. 2-slot card with the size of a 3 or 4-slot card is what I heard. Sorry, what? Yeah, MSI makes really good components. How can I not foresee that bros from India? We have some really nice people from India that come into the chat all the time, but just if you're just gonna be annoying like that, I'm sorry, but goodbye. I mean, he's not banned. He'll be able to come back in a little bit, but for now he's not even just begging me for stuff, he's begging you guys for stuff. I'm like, no. Yeah, oh, look at that. Let's make another one. This giant roll of stuff was like $13 or something. Totally worth it. Nice build. Hey, thank you, Andy. Wait, what? What GPU? Oh, yeah, the Arrow. Yeah, it's basically like the size of a freaking much larger than it needs to be card. How to install the BIOS? Yeah, I have a video on my channel. Literally when and how to update your BIOS. Go check it out. Like a long form video talking you through it. I mean, like, you have a BIOS pre-installed when you get a motherboard, but you should update it from time to time. I tried using 3M stuff last time and it didn't work for me, so I don't think it'll be better than this. Plus, this way it's removable. I don't think we're gonna have any problems with this thing staying where it belongs. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're gonna release something. I mean, they said they weren't gonna try and compete with Nvidia's high-end stuff in this generation, but we'll see if they keep to that. All right. So, ooh, sticky. Gotta make sure it's nice and flat. And then we just squeeze it on. Look at that. Look at that. I'm surprised Lian Li didn't make their own LCD screen considering they left room specifically for it in this case. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people put it there. A lot of people do them on this, like where these exhaust fans are on their cases. So, yeah, I don't know. Bro, it'd be wild to see you put like those mini pizzas on a big slice. What? The full pineapple? Look at that. That's real nice. I don't think that's going anywhere. It does move a little bit just because of the nature of Velcro, but I think we're gonna be in good shape right there. So now what we gotta do, plug these guys in. Run it through the back. This. That. Ooh, don't do that. Run it through there. Run it up to the front. I'm gonna stick it through this little guy here. Just like that. And it's gonna go just down here, like that. Just like that. We got a little extra cable length here that we can tie down into our cable tie here. Just like that. Come on. There we go. That looks pretty good. All right. Wish you could afford a PC. Fair. Should I spend an extra $20 for an RGB fan for the back exhaust? I mean, it's totally up to you. Like, obviously, it doesn't make any actual difference, but if you want like a cohesive look with the RGB fans and stuff, I would say it's worth it. Yeah, this is an incredible PC. Like, there is no bones about it. This thing is insane. There's a reason why I called it an overkill PC in the thumbnail, because this thing is just wild. I think I need to separate those a little bit. There we go. Okay. We gotta do essentially the same thing here. We're gonna have to loosen this guy back up. Right through that same slot. We're gonna put this guy into the motherboard so we don't use up the HDMI port on the GPU. Like that. Nice and clean. This one, I don't think we can do the same, quite the same thing on the bending backs, just because it's a little bit stiffer of a cable and it's video cable. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different with that. Okay, and we're just gonna kind of follow this down here. Okay. Back through there. I want to run it behind these other power cables. Right down into that other slot. Just like that. All right. And there we go. So just nice couple clean little cables coming out the back. This back here is maybe not my best effort in terms of cable management, but it's not terrible. And the best news is doesn't matter. And this guy here is going to go like this. This is the one thing I don't love about this Lian Li wireless system is you have this giant ass dongle that you have to run a cable to and then plug it into one of your USB ports. Like that. Or more likely here. Like that. Okay. That's it, folks. This thing is done. 5090 in there. It's got a GPU support on. We got the two Lian Li strimer brackets. We got our 48 gigs of RAM. The Tryx Panorama. We've got a bunch of Lian Li fans in here. The MSI Carbon Wi-Fi motherboard. 5 terabytes of storage. 9800X 3D. Extra LCD screen in here. The O11 Vision case. This thing is ready to go. Are you guys ready to see this thing fire up for the first time? Are you ready? I'm not sure if you guys are ready. I need to see, if you're ready to see this thing turn on, give me your favorite emoji in the chat right now. Your favorite emoji. What up, Weed King? How we doing? John B says, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alrighty, we're gonna flip you guys over. I'm gonna put it to the front. We're gonna dim the lights a little bit here. Bring it down. Noxious subscriber, cheap viewers. No thanks. Goodbye. Turn that baby off. Turn some more lights off. Make sure that's not a glare. Okay. So, what up, Deadfish? Yeah, a lot of people are watching on YouTube. A lot of people watch, or some people watch on Kick. I got some people on TikTok. Just kind of wherever, you know. Richard's got some fire emojis. Alex with the heart emojis. Zachary with like a red ghost. Not totally sure. Mean Dean, love it. Don't put that side panel on yet. Well, it wouldn't look as good for you guys anyways, so I would never do that. I would never make you guys look through a glass panel to see a new PC. You know? I'm not that kind of guy. All right, is that everyone? Is that everyone that's excited to see this? Come on. Come on. It's the Tryx Panorama ARGB Deadfish. All right, I think we're ready. First ever power on of the most overkill PC we've built this year. Here it is. Oh, she real birdie. She real birdie. Oh, look at that panoramic friggin' CPU cooler LCD screen. Oh, look at that. You can, any angle. You can see it from any angle. I know it just turned off right as soon as I started talking about it. It got a little shy. It's fine. There you go. Tryx. Isn't that sick, you guys? Real pretty. I always hope one day he'll mess up at some point and it doesn't boot first try. How dare you? How dare you, sir? It's like watching a space launch. Yeah. Buy one next week, send you the bill. All right. Let's do it, Mean Dean. Could shed a tear. Dude, this thing came out incredible. I was a little bit hesitant about the glass on top, but it looks good, man. It looks good. And I was a little worried because I know some of the 5080s, especially, the power cable is like inset. And so when I saw that this was a 90, I was like, ooh, I don't know. I'm a little worried. Or if it was like pointed the other direction, like it would still work, but this came out real nice. And I know it's $350, you guys, but the Tryx Panorama is just unbeatable excellence. Unbeatable. I'm telling you. No, the most sound that you hear is actually coming, there's a fan behind this LCD screen. So there's a 60 millimeter fan behind this LCD screen. I assume it's to keep the electronics cool, the little PCB cool for this LCD screen. It might also provide, it doesn't look like it really would provide any cooling for the VRMs, but it could. It could also be providing a little bit of cooling for the VRMs, but that's the sound that you're hearing. It's that little 60 millimeter fan behind the AIO screen. That power cable doesn't look like the 12. I know, right? It looks just like the old school, like 2x8 pin power cables. So great you can eat entire cheesecake with pineapple without a doubt. I wanted it after the Y70 build, now I need it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just sitting here with the 7600 from Ryzen, repping an RTX 3060. Hey, if it games, right? How long have we been live for? 2 hours. USB-C is so useful. What do you think of thumb screws on them? Like the VGA used to have? I don't know, like, just don't be dumb. I don't know. No, I mean, like, they clip in pretty well, so, like, you don't really have to worry about them just falling out. It would just be so bulky to try and put a screw in there, and then you wouldn't be able to do Thunderbolt if you put it on the side. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I think they're fine. How many watts is the Panorama LCD? I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't feel like it said. I don't remember seeing it in the specs. Yeah, almost 2.5 hours. Honestly, this is an hour shorter than the last build we did with nearly the same specs. So it just goes to show you that if you know what to do and where everything needs to go, like you've built it before, it goes a lot faster. Would you consider an ITX build live with a 5090? I mean, if someone bought one, sure. Every time I'm live, I'm building a customer build. So like, if someone wants to buy one, 100% I'll do it. But I'm not gonna just build one to show off, you know? Because then I would have to find somebody who wants to buy it. And that's not an easy task at my size. I don't have a big enough following. I don't have I don't have a big enough customer base where I would be able to sell it, you know? Is it physically possible? Yes. I don't know what case it would be possible in, but I'm sure it would be possible. Maybe like, I don't know if you could do like a super small form factor one, but like you could do maybe like the thermal take Tower 200 or something like that. The GPU would be bigger than the motherboard though. Like that's no questions. Yeah, Deadfish, this is for a customer. If you want a PC attached to your GPU, go ITX. Exactly. Yo, Chaotic Middle, thank you for the sub. Paddocks with the sub, thank you. How did the customer did it buy the part and send you? No. So the customer comes to me and says like either like, here's how much money I want to spend, or like here's like specific components I want, all sorts of levels, or like here's like what I want to be able to do with it. I don't know what I need to spend. I don't know anything, like any sort of range like that, or like just buying a pre-built. Give them a quote based on, you know, our discussions. They say yes, they pay for it through my website. I order all the parts, I build the PC, I update the BIOS, I put Windows on it, I update Windows, I run like Windows debloater, all that sort of stuff on there. Update all the like motherboard drivers, everything, and then I ship the PC to them. Or if they happen to be local, then like they can come pick it up, but pretty much nobody's local. Looks broken, I'll fix it. Get out of here. Modtech Heritage. Oh yeah, the towers do hold a 5090. The thermal take, I think, like the thermal take Tower 200 probably would hold one. Just kidding. Good, because you were close to being banned. No, I'm just kidding. How you doing, Saint? It's good to see you. How much was this build? I think it was roughly $6,700. So 9800 X3D, 5090. 5090s are just so expensive now. That's honestly, that's a huge portion of it. Like it's almost half the cost, because like this one was like almost 2,800 bucks for me to buy it. I was able to get another one today. It's not in yet. Like I just put it on order for a couple $100 cheaper. But like, yeah. Type in !Discord. I mean, it should work. USD, yeah. And some other things to think about. So it's got 5 terabytes of storage, so that's, you know, a little bit more expensive. This Tryx Panorama is $350. Each set of these fans is like $90. So a set of 3 is like $90. We had ordered another set of fans for the top too that he decided to go with the glass. The motherboard is like $500. Power supply is like $200. The strimer cables together are about $130. RAM is $160. So I mean, every piece of this PC is like very high end, which, you know, it's very expensive. Yeah, it's a game PC. You're A+ certified. Ooh, nice. I want to do that. I want to get A+ certified, just to be able to do more. Like I know a lot of like diagnostic steps and stuff, but I want to be able to be a little bit more IT savvy to help customers out and stuff. So we'll get there someday. It's got 48 gigs. Yeah, you can type in exclamation point specs. I think you need to just start the message with exclamation point specs. Yeah, you can't put it at the end. But yeah, there you go. The only thing that's wrong in there, it's not an MSI Mag, it's the MSI MPG, the Carbon Wi-Fi. These cool builds are very pricey. I'll probably go for most low profile, high performance shit, no RGB. Yeah. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. That's kind of like personally, like when I like think about stuff that I want to do in my systems, I tend to lean towards that, like super, like black, sleek, not a lot of RGB, just performance. But a lot of people like this. I mean, like, I like this. I think it looks really good. I just don't necessarily want to. Oh, yeah. Don't forget your time. Obviously, yes, I make money on this. That is included in the $6,700. Shipping costs, card transaction fees are also baked into that price as well. Just because, anytime you got to swipe a card, the person you're buying something from pays a fee. So it's like 3.5%, depending on the platform and whatever. So I bake that into the price as well, just so that like I'm not losing money on transactions all the time. Yeah, nope, it's 5 terabytes. I messed that up too. My brain is clearly not working today, Richard. I don't know what happened. But yeah, it's got a 1 terabyte main and a 4 terabyte secondary. So I always thought for high-end PCs you need a lot of RAM or it would bottleneck. I mean, 48 gigs is quite a bit of RAM. You're definitely not going to bottleneck in gaming or anything with 48 gigs of RAM. Sorry, let's see. It's cool builds. Yeah, my time's not free. From PC is Windows 11. This is going to have Windows 11 on it. When I get this AIO, I'm sending you a pic. Do it. Yeah, send it to me on Discord. You would encourage me. Yeah, I want to. It's like I work full time. I run a business, I make content, like, it's just hard to find the time to do it, Are the RGB cables actually cables? No, those are the actual cables. So they're like a RGB cable extension. Yeah. So that's this is just a power cable that goes in. The actual power cables are behind it, and then there's the LED strips on the outside. Is a 3080 and a 12700 KF for 1300 a good deal? For 1300, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on how good of quality the rest of the stuff is, but 1300 bucks, yeah, that's pretty good, because that's better than like if you bought a PC that's new for $1,300. I bet you'll get better performance, and you can always update in like that system. Like if you went to a 13th or 14th gen Intel CPU, like you don't have to swap anything else out. Like you literally can just take the CPU out and replace it. You'll get even better performance. 5600X with a 6600X or 3060. Like the 6600 XT. I think the 3060 and the 6600 XT are pretty similar in performance, if I remember right. The 3060 might be better if it's like because I think that one came with 12 gigs of VRAM, so it might work a little bit better if you want to try and play some games at 1440. Corn dog photo on the desktop. No, why would it? What is your obsession with the corn dog? I don't get it. Don't understand. Yeah, I would say it's a pretty decent deal. Is this an MSI only build? No, I mean MSI. This just happened to be the 5090 I was able to get my hands on, and then for the motherboard, it was. I think I can't remember if John asked or Chris asked for an MSI specifically, or if it was. I think it might have been kind of in between MSI or ASUS. But yeah, I think we just ended up with the Carbon Wi-Fi because it's a really good board. But there's nothing else in here that's MSI besides those two components. They just happen to be the big components. I'd run them down to 1,000. Good luck with that. Are the PC cases good from Amazon? Amazon is asking for a similar case like that. This one is about $130. So if you're looking at the O11 Vision Compact, it should be $120 to $130. For reference, I just built a 12700K 4070 Ti and I'm selling it for $1,600. 3080 isn't that much less of a card, exactly. What about 7700X and a 4070 for $1,600? I probably wouldn't pay $1,600 for that. I feel like you could almost build it for that. Stream super delayed. I'm just really behind on reading, I think is what's happening. Yo, what up, Jay? How we doing? What's a good card and CPU for 1440p, just Call of Duty? Get like a 9600X or a 9700X and get like a 5070 or a 9070. Either one of those. For gaming, should I use the B580 or the RX 7600? I would probably go with the 7600 XT or 7600. The B580 has some performance issues with the older gen CPUs, so I think you will end up with a better spot if you get the 7600. Hey Lunar, thank you for the sub. Asked for Asus at first and then we moved to MSI. There you go. See, he remembers things. Apparently I can't remember anything. I would have to look back through my emails to remember what we talked about. Yeah, the same GPU and CPU setup parts coming tomorrow. Let's go. Chose the tough. Ooh, that's a cool looking case. I actually, when I was at Micro Center in Dallas, I saw that case and it looks pretty cool. 5080 for, oh, I have not, I signed up for that, the Nvidia Priority Access, but I haven't heard back. I don't know either, but it's stuck in my mind. Wait, what? I missed Tenarch's other oh, okay. The corn dog's just stuck in your mind. Got it. Yeah, I would go for that $1,300 one probably. Marketplace in Maryland. Tap the screen in the bottom. There's a button. Tap it, and it should put you to where the live actually is. Oh yeah, you could be behind. It's possible. Hey, Lunar, thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate you. Also, again, I don't normally have a nice, deep, gravelly voice. I just kind of wrecked my voice yesterday golfing because we were playing and it was pretty windy. And so you had to kind of yell to talk to people. So that's why I sound like this. I don't normally sound like I smoke 2 cigarette packs a day. 2 packs of cigarettes a day, you know? Red Army! I'm gonna start having to call us USSR or something. I'm talking about Red Army. Or I guess the British. I have the 5090 Gaming Trio and just bought the MSI 322 URX. I don't know what the MSI 322 URX is, to be honest. The issue is DisplayPort 2.1 cable is only 3 feet. Is that a monitor? Yeah, you might just have to buy a monitor or a new cable. They're not that expensive. You can get a 6 or 8 foot one for like under 15 bucks probably. Just make sure it's 2.1 or better. Love that PC build. When do you show customer builds? Same time as today? This is about the same time. If I have a customer build to do, I usually start between like 4:30 and 5 o'clock Mountain Time. So roughly the same time as I started today. If I get desperate enough, I'll put it on Java. Oh yeah, I might put my sleeper PC on Java just to see what happens. Right now it's just on eBay and Marketplace. Should my next build have a 5070 Ti 9950X 3D for a big boost in productivity? I would probably do the 9070 XT because it does better in gaming than the 5070 Ti. Get a megaphone next time for golfing? Maybe we'll just get walkie-talkies. 5600X is better than the 8500G for gaming, right? Ignoring the platform difference? I don't know about that. Instead of the 8500G, what I would get is the 7500F, which you can find on AliExpress for like $132. Like I know of, like I've looked at it multiple times. I haven't pulled the trigger on one. But it's like a very reputable seller. They've sold like 2,000 of them, $132 for a 7500F. And that gets you on AM5, so you get DDR5, and you'll be set for the future, like to upgrade. That's what I would probably do. My last PC I sold toward this 5080 9800X 3D was a 3080 and a 10850. Woo, that is a big jump. That's gonna be a huge jump. Just sold your 7900X 3D Asus TUF on Java and got what I wanted for it after fees. There you go. I might have to post the sleeper PC on Java just to see what happens. Okay, y'all. I want to go home and eat dinner and read my book. I know that sounds pretty lame, but like that's what I want to do right now. I'm kind of done building, and we're just yapping at this point, which is fine. But I want to eat. I'm reading Wind and Truth. It is the 5th book in Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archives. It just came out like in October or December. It's a great series. I love it. This live is a vibe. I'm upgrading from a 2700X to a 5700. Oh, dude, you're gonna love that upgrade. I want to upgrade my GPU for 1440p gaming. Looking at the 6750 XT. I would say it's worth it to go up to a 7700 XT. If you could swing it, like the 7800 XT is like a true 1440p gaming machine. But I get if you can't afford it. What's the best company for pre-builts in my opinion? Me. I have pre-builts on my website. Granted, they still take a little bit of time to ship out. They're not like already built and ready to ship, but they're like pre-configured. So I'm not gonna recommend somebody else. Glad I could tune in. It came out better than I pictured. I'm glad you tuned in too, because otherwise there would be fans on top and not glass. And we made a way better decision this time around putting the Velcro up here, because that's like, it's nice and sturdy. Like it moves around a little bit because it's Velcro, right? So it's a soft connection, but like that's not gonna go anywhere. I love it. It's nice and sturdy. Like I can really kind of move on it and nothing happens. So $16 for some Velcro or hook and loop adhesive tape. That worked out really well. That's not bad timing. Dude, I love Brandon Sanderson. I'm also listening, so I'm reading Wind and Truth. I've also been listening to the Mistborn series. Signing off. All right, Lunar, you have a good one, man. Appreciate you coming in. More about safety, shipping a full PC. Yeah, there's a lot of steps I take in order to make sure that the PCs I ship are safe. I think I made a video on it. You might check through my videos on here to see if I posted it on here on like how to safely ship a PC. It'll help you out. You subbed and followed on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Hey, thank you so much, Debfish. I appreciate you. Wait, you need 59 while the only game you ever play is Warcraft 3. New to building PCs. I have a question. Can you plug in a 3-pin fan header to a 4-pin? Yes, you can. You just need to make sure you bias it to the side. Where did I get a 5090? This was from a Newegg combo bundle. The one I ordered today is from Best Buy Business. Instapack. Yep, I use Instapack inside. I use additional air pillows around the case inside of the box. I put that case box in a bigger box with foam and bubble wrap. Do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. All right, y'all. Good luck shipping it. Thank you. All right, that's it. We're done. Have a great rest of your night, or if you're somewhere in a different part of the world, you know, maybe good morning, or maybe you should have been in bed hours ago. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.